everyone, Fatima here. So for today's video, we will make a Brookie Petit with white chocolate ganache. So maybe some of you are wondering what a Petit, what a Brookie is. So let me give you a brief information about this. So what is a Petit? So Petit is a French word meaning in English is small oven. So it is any cake, confection, or cookie that comes in bite size and is usually served every after meal. Then what a brookie is. So brookie is basically a combination of a brownie and a cookie. So if you're craving for something very sweet, then you should try this recipe. So without further ado, let's jump to the video.
Before we prepare the ingredients needed, let's wash our hands first for at least 20 seconds. Practice hand washing before, during, and after handling foods. Here are the ingredients needed for our cookie dough. Here's the ingredients for our brownie mixture. After we prepare the ingredients, we will now proceed to our procedure. We will now make the cookie dough and the brownie dough. First, preheat our oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 175 degrees Celsius. And while our oven is preheating, get a large bowl. And in a large bowl, put 2/3 cups of unsalted melted butter. To our butter, add the 2/3 cups of tightly packed brown sugar, and 1/4 cup of white sugar. And we will just stir everything together. Once everything are fully combined, we will add our eggs. Make sure that our eggs is at the room temperature so that it will not shock our butter that we already melted. And a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And again, we will just stir it everything together. After mixing, now set our wet ingredients aside and we need a separate bowl for our dry ingredients. We need 2 cups of all-purpose flour sifted. Into this bowl, we add
1 teaspoon of cornstarch.
And this cornstarch will make our brookies nice, soft, and chewy. Next, 3/4 teaspoon of salt and 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. Then we will just stir everything together. And now we will combine our dry ingredients to our wet ingredients. We will add our dry ingredients to our wet ingredients gradually. And once it is fully combined, we will add 1 cup of chocolate chips. Now our cookie dough is prepared. We will now set it aside and we will now do our dough for the brownies. And now we will do the brownie part of our brookie. First, we will melt the butter and the chocolate chips together. So once our chocolate and butter fully combined, we will now transfer it into a large bowl. Then, we will now stir in the cocoa powder, the light brown sugar, white sugar. And we will just stir it until fully combined. So once it is fully combined, we will now put in our eggs. Again, make sure that your eggs are at the room temperature so that it will not shock the butter and the chocolate that is melted already. After that, we will now put the vanilla and the salt. After that, we will now pour in our flour. Again, put our dry ingredients gradually. Done with the brownie batter, and now we will add the marshmallows. So the marshmallows are just optional. And now we're done with our cookie dough and our brownie dough. And it's assemble time.
In this part, I put parchment paper on my slightly greased pan, enable for me to remove the brookies easily.
After lining up the parchment paper onto the pan, we will now proceed in assembling the cookie dough and the brownie butter. Using an ice cream scooper, we will now scoop the cookie dough and the brownie dough alternately onto the pan. to be a perfect pattern because we will swirl it out later on. So using a bread knife, we will now swirl the mixture into the pan. We will now put this into the oven for about 20 to 25 minutes. So while our brookies are in the oven, we will now make the white chocolate ganache.
In making the ganache, we will just mix 1/4 cup of white chocolate and half cup of fresh milk. And we will just combine it until fully combined and until the mixture becomes slightly thickened.
After baking it for about 25 minutes, let it cool down for about 10 to 15 minutes before cutting it. Then once the brookies are completely warm, place it in the chopping board and we will cut it into the desired size that we want. But in this case, since we're going to make a petit four, we will cut this into bite sizes. And here's the final look of our Brookie Petit Four with white chocolate ganache. Bon appetit!
And that's a recipe for today. I hope you liked this video. See you on my next baking session. Bye!